Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Today I'm doing another get ready with me. The sun is out again, which I'm not complaining about, but it's difficult on my eyeballs to look into my camera and you know, it's whatever. I'm just gonna go through doing my makeup and chatting with you. I do have my washing machine running a cycle right now. It had to clean itself, so it's doing that. You may be able to hear that in the background. And someone a few houses down is weeding their garden, like in between the pavement. It sounds like crows are having a fight, but it was in fact an old lady getting rid of the weeds in her house. So maybe you can hear that as well. I'm sorry. What you're definitely gonna hear today is me talking probably a lot. Will it make any sense? I don't think so. I've been just realizing that it's difficult for me to talk a cohesive talk and do my makeup at the same time, but you guys seem to enjoy the get ready with me's nonetheless, so just gonna continue. And honestly, I'm just doing my makeup anyway, so why not sit here and chat to you guys while I do it. So do I have any idea what I want to do today? Not really. Is it gonna be something probably with orange and yellow? You bet your ass. Yeah, I love my oranges and yellows. And I have a lot that I need to work on at the time. But maybe we can switch it up a little bit. Ooh, I'm gonna zoom you guys in and see what the best angle is. I think we're gonna go with this. Again, don't expect anything high quality of my makeup looks. I'm literally just doing whatever. So I've primed my lids, I've set my lids, and I'm just gonna wing it. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do it. And in the meantime, I'm gonna try and talk to you guys. Again, don't know if it's gonna be a cohesive story. I don't know honestly what's gonna come out of my mouth, but it's whatever. So I am gonna dip into my Makeup Beauty Shop Serpent palette because this is still my Project Level Up palette while I'm filming this. And I have some shades to still use. Well, I don't think I will use the shadows that I need to use today, but I still have some pans to hit, so I'm going to use that. And I'm going to go into this very acidy, it's not quite a green, but it's also not quite a yellow. It's very much in between. So I'm going to start with that and just go for it, I guess. So today I was debating about what to talk about today. My first get ready with me where I like chatted to you guys was about what to do with this channel and if you were okay with me putting up other videos than makeup videos. That did really well. I got a lot of positive response from you guys, which I'm really grateful for. And then the one after that sort of blew up. I talked about children and when to know when you want to have children and all of that. I'm not really sure. Got a lot of responses on that. And I was away at the time, so I didn't have time to respond to each and every comment, but I liked them all. I gave them a little heart because it really helped. Well, not really form my opinion, but it really helped reading all of the different experiences that you guys had. And it really, I don't know, I thought it was helpful. And I hope that maybe other people stumble upon that video and find it helpful to read you guys' experiences, because they're all very unique. I've read so many different ones, and I'm also very happy that of all the ones that I read, I'm like, it worked out. Do you know what I mean? You guys seem happy and healthy, and I guess that's really what matters the most. So thanks if you've left a comment on that video, if you've had something to say, if you've had some experience with your journey towards or maybe away from having children, and also if you haven't had any of that experiences, then I'm just happy that people watch the video and understood kind of where I was coming from, I guess, because I was sort of confused. And obviously when I film these types of videos, I'm just talking, and I do sort of take into consideration that maybe people will not understand, but that video, a lot of people seem to really understand where I was coming from, and that really helped me feel less like, oh, this is weird that I'm feeling this. So that was nice. I've put some more yellow in my crease, by the way, because I love yellow. I think I'm gonna go for green today too. I feel like that would be a nice choice. I'm gonna put that acidy green yellow on my lid as well. So yeah, that video did pretty good. I've gotten a lot of comments on that one, and I still have one planned where I talk about childhood crushes. I just realized when editing that video, I go from left to right, top to bottom in like seconds. It is hard for me to form a cohesive story, and I really respect everyone who's just doing like get ready with me's and telling a good story or asking questions. Like, I'm all over the place. Maybe I will get better at it, but maybe this is just what it is and who I am, and that's fine too. So I thought today, let's just chat about life. So how have you guys been? Has anything exciting happened? How's your summer been? Did you go on holiday? Did you bake in the sun? Or don't you like summer and you're like, please let the sun go away. I'm ready for spooky season and Christmas. I'm always interested in people's perspective on seasons because I love summer. I come alive when the days start getting longer and lighter, but I also really love Christmas. I have been on Christmas TikTok like every now and again. There's just a random Christmas TikTok, and I'm excited for Christmas. I cannot lie. I love Christmas. I love decorating for Christmas. It's just so cozy and cute, and all the twinkly lights make me happy. But I'm not ready for summer to be over. Let's just get that out of the way. I love summer. I love the good weather. I love being outside. I love working in our garden. I love just sitting in the sun, reading a book. I love spending time at my horse now that it's nice weather. I mean, too hot is like the other, how do I say that? I don't know. If it's too hot, that's also not really nice, but like just about 20 to 25 degrees Celsius. I love that. Just to like run around, well, not run, be at my horse and be at the stables and, you know, just chill with him in the sun. I like that a lot. So talking about my horse, he's doing pretty good. I don't know if I've ever told you guys here about, I mean, I've talked about him very briefly. I've touched upon that I own a horse, and I think that's it. But during winter he had some problems that we weren't quite sure where they came from. He seems to have like seizures, and he had 2 in a very short time span. Like in 2 weeks he had 2, and the vet didn't know where it was coming from. And honestly, we all thought, this is it. This is, his time has come. He is of age. Let's just tell you that he is old. He's 25 now. He was 24 at the time, so that's a good age for a horse. Let's just put it that way. So we weren't sure, but we thought, okay, this might be the end for him. So I've been to the stables a couple of times, like crying my eyes out, because I thought, I'm gonna have to say goodbye today, and you know, whatnot. And he was just there, very happy to see me. He didn't seem sick. It didn't look like he was in pain. He was just himself. So it was weird. And after those 2 like seizures, it never happened again. The vets told us to keep an eye out for him, and if it happened again, then we could start medication for epileptic seizures. But it never happened again. So it's weird, but I'm happy that he is happy and that he's healthy, because I would miss him so much if I would have to say goodbye. I don't know, thinking about that almost makes me cry already. Like, I think that's just normal when you have pets, that thinking about losing them is the hardest thing ever. And I've lost pets in the past. Like, I've had so many pets, and every time you lose one, you're like, oh my gosh, it hurts so bad. You're so broken. And somewhere in your mind, like, you're like, I don't want to experience this ever again. But then you get a new pet, because pets are amazing. I love pets, and I could not live without them. So we have a horse that I love dearly. We have 2 cats. And talking about those cats, we've had a couple of times in the past 2 weeks that we thought we were gonna have to say goodbye to our oldest cat, Garfield. So we have 2 cats, Garfield and Sarche. And Sarche is 2 years old now, Garfield is 11. And I'm gonna also think what to do with my makeup. I've done green and yellow, and then this like acid green yellow also all over the lid. Thinking what I can add, because it's looking cute but also not too interesting. But then again, does it have to be very interesting? I don't know. So right before we went away for a long weekend, we noticed that Garfield was getting skinnier, and it is summer. He spends a lot of time outside, and he obviously loses his winter coat. So he usually is skinnier in summer, but this time we just noticed that it got worse and worse. And he was eating fine and he was behaving fine, but he was more skinny than ever. And then 2 days before we had to leave for that long weekend, he was not behaving like his usual self. He was very quiet and kept to himself, and he wouldn't come asking for food. He would just sit, and that's not like him. So we took him to the vet, and the vet didn't really know what to think, but they saw that his teeth were very bad. She said they were very dirty. There was a lot of plaque, and there was possibly some rotting going on. So they were like, okay, we definitely need to fix the teeth. Probably is just having pain while eating, and that's explaining why he is losing weight. And they also said we could check out his blood and see if like his liver is still working and his kidneys are okay, but it's probably his teeth. So we said, okay, let's just get him some painkillers, see if he eats better or if he feels better, and then it's probably indeed his teeth, and we'll schedule an appointment to go and clean his teeth. So we did that. We left there, got some painkillers, and he was on the painkillers while we were away. My mom monitored him, like, gave him his painkillers and checked if he would eat, and that was all fine. I'm gonna have to do this without talking. So when we came back, I scheduled an appointment for cleaning his teeth, and I called the vet. I was like, we just visited you last week, this and that is the case. I want to schedule an appointment for his teeth, to clean his teeth. So we did that. Then I scheduled the appointment, and I got an email about that appointment with some extra info, and they said, the email said, hey, if your cat is older than 10, we highly suggest you do a blood test, because there might be something going on and we have to put him under, what's that called? Anesthesia? I don't really know. You know, he has to go to sleep while we fix his teeth, and it could be difficult for an older cat to wake up, and you know, so they wanted to know, is there anything else wrong with him, basically, so we can just calculate that and maybe change the medication that we give for the anesthesia. So I was a little bit mad, because not only did they not tell me that on the phone, I was on the phone with them to schedule that appointment, and they did not mention it. They just sent me an email, which is really weird. But also, that first appointment that we went to, we talked about that blood work to get that done, and they were like, well, we could just first do medication and then clean his teeth. But they knew to clean his teeth he needed to go under anesthesia, and they knew his age, so they knew that they would, what is that word? They would be like, it's best if we also check his blood. And I don't understand why they did not say that right away, because if they said that in the first appointment, like, okay, blood work is important also, because if he goes under anesthesia, it's best to know all of his values and whatnot. I would have done it right away, right then and there, no medication, just do blood work, and we'll come back for his teeth. And now they were just, it felt like sort of going behind my back, like, oh, that, by the way, we've like charged you for a consult and medication, and now we also want to do blood work. It felt wrong. So I called them up. I was mad. I was like, that's weird communication. Also, that you just only email it to me and not tell me on the phone, because I just spoke to you on the phone. Just tell me. Be honest. And they were like, oh, we're so sorry that you feel that way. That wasn't our intention. Like, of course it wasn't your intention, but you did it this way and it feels wrong. So anyway, we brought him in on a Thursday to get his teeth cleaned. And we decided to do no blood work, because that would be another like 100 euros. And we really decided that, you know what, if it's something with his liver or his kidneys, or there's something else, there's pretty much nothing you can do about it but give him medication every day. And he hates that, and it's very stressful for him, and you only give it to give him more life, and I'm not really sure if it's adding to the quality of his life. So we decided against doing the blood work, and we were like, we're sure he's gonna be fine. He's a strong cat, and if there's any other problems, then there's any other problems. It sounds like we didn't care. We do care so much about him, but we don't want him to live his life longer on medication, because we just want him to live a full and happy life, you know? I don't know. By the way, this is what we're looking like. I've done the same on my lower lashes as I did on my lid. I don't have a lot to do, but I do have a lot still to tell, so I'm gonna have to hurry up with this story. So anyway, on Thursday he gets his teeth cleaned. We get a call halfway through. I'm also gonna clean up all of this fallout, because that's ridiculous. And they're like, it's worse than we thought. We're gonna have to extract a lot of teeth. So they call you in the middle of the appointment. Like, yeah, we're gonna have to extract 10 teeth. I'm like, okay, yeah. You've got to do what you've got to do, right? And that was the end of that phone call. So they took out 10 of his teeth in the back of his mouth, because they were just very rotten, broken. I don't know. I got them. I could take him home. I was like, yeah, I think that's interesting. I want to take him home. I'm not going to show you guys, because I don't know if this video would be flagged, because that's not for everybody, I guess. So we pick him up on Thursday, and they were like, okay, that's 900 euros for that appointment. And they gave us an estimate for about 300. Now, I do know they had to extract a lot of teeth. And again, it's something that I really wanted for Garfield. I just want him to be comfortable and live a happy life. But they did not mention anything when they called me up asking about, or like telling me, hey, we've got to extract a lot of teeth. So again, it felt like bad communication. But in that price was also 2 checkups. So he went in on Thursday for teeth cleaning, in his case extraction, and then we could come back on Monday to check on the stitching and everything, and then another appointment the week after on Monday. So my husband went in with him on Monday, and they said, okay, his teeth, or like the stitching and the wounds, have gotten infected. We couldn't give him meat, like the wet food, which is what he normally prefers. We could not give him that, so we did not, because they said it will get infected. But it got infected anyway. And we asked, okay, how is that possible? And they were like, it was a big extraction. Most of the times it will get infected. So it was pretty much a setup for infection. Which is also weird because I was like, okay, he's an older cat. Why would you put him through that risk? But fine. We got some antibiotics to fight that infection, and we thought that that was that. And we had already, after this whole story of miscommunications, I don't even want to call it miscommunication, they just did not communicate anything at all. We had already decided that we did not want to go back to this vet because we did not trust them. We were like, you guys suck, basically. So he went in for his first checkup on Monday, and it was all fine except for that infection. Got some antibiotics. We had to give him the antibiotics, and giving him a pill is super difficult. He does not eat it through his food. He does not eat it. We have this like easy pill stuff. It's like sort of like clay type treat. So you can mold the pill into it and they will just eat it in one bite. He would not eat that. So we had to just put it in his mouth and wash it down, and he's just difficult with that. So it did not really go as good as we hoped. I think he missed about 2 days of his antibiotic. It was just a struggle. And then on Friday, he started to feel not good. He looked really bad. He was coughing a lot, and like it was as if he was puking, but there was only slime coming out of his mouth, like mucus. Sorry if this is a disgusting topic. So we were very worried, and so worried that we got to go to the emergency vet on Friday night because we were like, he's dying. Literally, we thought he's gonna sleep and not wake up anymore. That's how bad he looked. So we go to the emergency vet, and they check his heart, they check his lungs, and they were like, it's fine. We don't really know why he's coughing so much. He's still on the antibiotics, so that should help if he's not feeling good. They showed us a better way to give it to him, like actually have it go down. And we went away. That was it. We thought we weren't gonna leave with a cat, but we went home with a cat. So we survived the weekend. He's like upstairs all day. Normally he's always downstairs. He was just upstairs for 2 weeks, chilling there. We would occasionally hear him cough like 3-4 times a day, and then 3 or 4 times during the night. He would cough up that slime, mucus. His nose would be runny and snotty. But he survived the weekend. That was really something already, because we weren't sure if that was gonna happen. So on Monday, we have another appointment with that stupid vet, and they are also like in contact with that emergency vet. So they were like, oh, you went to the emergency room? We're like, yeah, we did. He was bad. They checked his temperature. They checked his temperature, by the way, in the emergency vet, whatever. It was fine. They checked his temperature on Monday. It was very high. He had a fever and he was coughing still. We explained, we showed videos, and they were like, we could do blood work. And I could honestly strangle that woman. We could do blood work. And I just asked her, we could do blood work. What is it gonna say? His kidneys are failing, his liver is failing, whatever. Can we do something about that? And she was like, no, but then you will know what is wrong. So I said to her, you know what? I don't necessarily want to know what's wrong if we cannot fix it. The blood work tests will show things that we cannot fix. We can elongate his life with medication. We're not going to do that. That's not going to give him more quality of life, because he will have the stress of having to have medication every day, and I will have the stress of having to give him medication every day. It's already costing me fingers every time I try to do it. So we're not doing that. So I said, hey, can something be stuck in his throat maybe? Is that it? And she was like, no, because when we put him under for the teeth cleaning, we tubed him and we checked it with a camera, so we would have seen it. So that's not a possibility. The fever was very concerning, but I said, hey, in the emergency room, he did not have a fever. So if he's really sick, shouldn't he have a fever the entire time? And she was like, yeah, honestly, he should. And I said, could he get some more antibiotics for a little bit longer so we can see if he can get over this? I felt like I was doing her job for her. I was just throwing things out there like, could it be this? Could it be that? Hey, is it smart if we give him more antibiotics for a little bit longer and see if that works? Because I feel like the infection in his mouth is just a whole lot for him to overcome. So let's give him a little bit longer with some help of that antibiotics. And she was like, yeah, that's a good idea. And I was like, is it smart if I check his temperature every day to see if that fever is going down? Because he was feeling miserable. He laid there on that table like a little fetus. He was so sad. It was heartbreaking. And again, I just looked at him and I was like, we're not going to bring him home, because this is not how he is. I'm, by the way, pretty much done with my makeup, but this story is still, I'm gonna have to finish this story, okay? I hope that's okay. Is there anything we could do? Something for lips? Let me find a lipstick. I'll be right back. It's difficult to do a lipstick and then talk, but it's fine. So I said I'm gonna check his temperature every day, and of course, if it's not getting better, we are gonna decide. And she already had this kind of feeling. We said we don't want to do more tests and put him through that stress and have it cost us a lot of money to maybe be able to elongate his life with more medication that's also going to cost a lot of money. We just did not think that was fair for him. So she was like, okay, think about it, but don't take too long, because he's really feeling miserable. And I saw that. I was like, you're right, he really is feeling miserable. So we took him back home. He fled upstairs right away. We talked it over, and luckily we're on the same page about this. It's like, if that antibiotics is not gonna make him feel better in the next 5 days, we have 5 more days left, then we're gonna have to decide to probably put him down. That was, I mean, it sounds very it sounds like an easy decision, like we just were like, okay, we're gonna do that. Of course we cried about this. That weekend we cried so much, because we thought like, this is the end, and we felt really bad for seeing him this way and not being able to do anything, because nobody knew what was going on. So that night after the last appointment, he was still upstairs. It was really, really hot too. I have to say that. We had a little cooler in the room that he was in, and we left the door to a bathroom open because he could lay on the cold tiles. We had his food, water, everything was upstairs, so he could just, oh gosh, I just put it on my teeth. So he could be there in peace, and hopefully be comfortable, or as comfortable as he could get. And then on Tuesday morning, I took his temperature and he did not have a fever anymore. And during the night, I heard him cough for about like once. We did not find any more like coughed up mucus, so we were very happy about that. So it seemed to kind of subside, like go away, but we were scared to think that it was going to get better because there was just a lot going on and he was still on medication, so we were like, we don't know. And then that Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, very early, my husband got up. He had to go to work and I went downstairs with him because I had to pee, and he checked upstairs and he could not find Garfield. So he was stressed because he was like, okay, it got worse. He like snuck away. You know how cats do that when they don't feel good, they hide. But we went downstairs, I turned on the light. He was laying on the couch. He was sleeping on the couch. And that was the first time in about 2 weeks that he had been downstairs. Now it was very hot upstairs, so maybe that's why he went downstairs, but I was very happy to have him downstairs again. I could also feel my eyebrows in. So that felt like a good sign. Again, we didn't want to hope for like improvement because he was still on medication, but it was improvement, so we were happy. His fever had been down the entire day. I checked again on Wednesday and it was still good. And that brings us to today. So it could very well be that when this video is uploaded, he may even not be here anymore, which obviously I hope is not the case. We're still giving him antibiotics once a day and some painkillers. We have 2 days left, so Friday night is going to be his last dose, and then we'll have the weekend to check if he holds up, basically, and then to decide what to do. But as of today, he is more active. He's downstairs right now. He wants to go outside. I'm not gonna let him go outside because I'm too scared that he'll be outside and he'll start to feel bad and hide away somewhere outside and we'll never find him again, you know what I mean? So I'm not gonna let him go outside. I know sometimes my husband lets him go outside to pee in our garden and then he has to come back in. So yeah, we're still like seeing if maybe it will stay this way. We don't know for sure. It could be that when we stop medication, his health will go down again, but we have good hopes. Again, we don't want to get our hopes up. I've already checked and discussed what I want to do if he's not going to be feeling better. Like the whole, we're going to go put him down, and how I want that to happen. Like I want something to come to our house so he can stay here and just go in his own like comfortable environment, you know what I mean? I'm gonna cry if I talk about this any longer. So we're not gonna do that. I'm very much hoping that Editing Me will put up a photo of happy, healthy Garfield as I'm editing this and as it's gonna be uploaded. Okay, I'm editing this video. I've just watched, I'm almost done with it. And I have an update for you guys. It is pouring rain outside, so it's very dark right now, but here we have the boy. He's looking at me scared because he's still a little bit scared of me, because every time I come to him, he's like, are you gonna give me meds again, woman? I don't want them. But he is doing very good. Look at him. Oh, he's just chilling. He's so cute. He's feeling so much better. He really wants to go outside. Still not right now because it's raining a lot. We're not letting him outside yet. Again, I'm scared that he's not strong enough yet to go outside. But he's here. He can annoy us with his meowing again. He is begging for food every hour of the day, and he's eating that food very, very, very nicely. He loves his food, and he's feeling good. He's not so sure about this camera in his face though. Are you now? Huh? He's so adorable. So a very happy update. I'm gonna let him sleep in peace, but he is doing very good. Very happy. And just because I can, I'm also gonna show you our other cat. She's still a little bit scared of Garfield because he apparently smells different than what he used to. So she's laying here in her window. See, the weather is awful. But she's okay too. Are you sleeping? Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. No, I did not mean to scare you, little baby. So, that's it for the cats. We will not be going back to that vet ever again. I will never step foot in that clinic ever again. I hated it so much. We are not gonna go there anymore. I've had some things happen with our other cat when she got neutered. It's just not a good vet in my opinion, and having this experience just sets it for me in stone. They're not good. They're not a good fit. They're not a good fit. They're not a good vet. We're not going back. Okay, wow, I think this was one of my best cohesive stories that I've ever told during a Get Ready With Me. I'm gonna do a little bit of a close-up. This is the look. Some gold, greens, and dark greens. Still very summery, but I like summery colors, so there's that. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know there was a lot going on. I had a lot of fire in me about this story and this vet. So I'm sorry, I don't want to be very negative about vets in general, but this one was just, it was not good. It was a bad experience. And I'm just hoping that I can now put up a photo of happy, healthy Garfield and he's still here. Or maybe just tell you that he didn't feel good after all and we let him go in the comfort of its own home and we will remember him forever. Gosh, saying that already kind of hurts me, but we will see. I hope for the best, but I definitely hope for the quality in life that he deserves. And if we cannot give them that to him anymore, then he deserves to go. You know what I mean? Okay. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will hopefully see you in one of my next videos. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.